Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. My name is Simons from FundedTrading and today I'm joined by David Long from the Concept Trading. Welcome David, I'm very pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Marcus.
Yes, thank you. It's always good for people to see the real faces behind the prop firm because nowadays everywhere you see logos popping up weekly, all kind of logos without knowing who are actually the people behind the firm. So I'm looking forward to our interview and let's get started. I've done a little bit of research about you and about the concept trading. I believe you've had quite a journey in the trading industry so far, and I'm curious to learn more about your journey. So I'm curious, what motivated you to get into the trading industry?
Initially, it was about money. I come from a farming background, and I was working on the farms, and you don't earn much money on the farms. So I initially got into the industry in the futures floor 30 years ago now, almost 30 years to the day. That was open outcry before computers came along, so it was all yelling and screaming and flashing hand signals, a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. But what's kept me here in the industry is cause and effect, which I really like. And so, obviously, if the US Fed raise interest rates, how does that affect the currencies or the price of commodities? So, yeah, that's what sort of kept me here for that time.
Have you been a trader yourself as well in the past, from my understanding?
Yeah, so I after the futures floor closed and everything went digital. I've been trading for merchant banks. I ran dealing desks both here in Australia and in Hong Kong, predominantly in CFDs and FX. In 2011, the company I was working for went bankrupt, and so I went out on my own and started trading, prop trading, and trading for myself. So did that for 10 years, and then together with Thomas, who's the other business partner behind the Concept Trading, we started this.
Nice to hear. It's amazing. So you can really see you have a lot of experience in the trading industry so far already. This also shows the trading audience we have, that the people behind Concept Trading know what they are doing and can be trusted as people. So that's good to see. And I was wondering, can you provide a brief background about the story or inception of the Concept Trading? How did it all begin?
Thomas and I wanted to start an education company initially, so people we would like to sort of impart our knowledge and experience and teach people how to trade. And once they've finished the course, they would then be able to purchase a prop account, because a lot of people don't have the capital to trade significantly, right? So if you need $10,000 a month to live, you're not going to do that with a $5,000 trading account. You need something more substantial. And so initially, that's where we went. We started the educational program, but people just kept buying the props, and nobody wanted to be educated, which is quite disappointing because a lot of people do need that education in trading. I guess the understanding how the markets work and how brokers work. So we took the education off our website after about 6 months because people weren't interested in it, and focused fully on the prop programs.
Okay, yeah, that's that's something I can recognize for myself as well. You want to make money quickly, and that's how the world is today. Unfortunately, people don't want to learn; they want the money, and that's where education would really help them.
Yeah, they want it. Now we're looking at bringing back the education though, probably as a package deal where people can purchase the education and get the prop account with it, so they can start trading straight away if they want. So that's something we're looking at bringing back later in the year.
Okay, that's wonderful. On to the next question. Can you give us an insight into how your firm operates and tell us about your business model and how it supports the operations of the Concept Trading?
Well, so Thomas and I wanted to provide a trading environment that is exactly as you would if you were trading for yourself. And so we don't have any rules around trading except that don't lose money. That's the only rule we have. And obviously we have a set amount of capital that you're allowed to risk on each account and therefore lose. But we don't have any time restrictions. We don't have any rules or anything like that to try and make traders fail. We're looking for traders who can be successful, who can be consistently profitable. We are different in the sense that, number one, we're licensed. I think we're the only prop firm that I know of that has a financial service license. So we're regulated here in Australia. That gives people the comfort knowing that we have to deal with clients' best interests. The other thing that separates us a bit is that we actually fund the accounts with the broker with real money. Mm-hmm. So they have one stage of intern, which is on a demo server. And if they can hit the target that's set for them on that, then they get real accounts to trade on. So it's real money on the live server. And that protects the business in the sense that, if you have people consistently profitable and paying them out, we're not relying on failure rates to pay those profits out, because the money's actually being made in the market. Mm-hmm. So it's not a synthetic, simulated trading environment. It's real.
Okay, nice, good, great to hear. Thank you for sharing that. It's nice to see that the concept trading as a firm are not fully dependent on traders failing accounts. Like a lot of prop firms out there, they're making money of failed challenges of traders, but you actually want your traders to be consistently profitable and to succeed.
Yeah, so we don't like cowboys, people who try and come in and make a lot of money really quickly, because they tend to be the ones that fail. And because it's it's our money on the line and at risk, that's not something we appreciate. We prefer the more consistent, slow, steady traders who make profit every day.
That's wonderful. Next, what I would like to know is, how does the concept trading manage risks and how is it funded?
So we recently took on a new risk management tool through a company called Your Prop Firm, and they manage the downside risk for us by whenever an account reaches the threshold, it will close the positions and close the account from further trading. So in terms of the downside risk, that is managed by a third party, Your Prop Firm, and it talks to the broker to do that. The broker that we use is a new broker for us. We recently swapped brokers, and we took on an Australian regulated firm. And so the other risk in providing a prop trading firm is what we've just recently covered, is that the payouts. So where's the money coming from for those payouts? And we manage that simply by funding the account with real funds.
Okay. Glad to hear that. That's great. So what steps are you taking to ensure the sustainability of the concept trading?
I think our business model is very strong. We don't rely on, as I said, failure rates or sales for revenue. We get revenue in the form of there's a little bit of money in it for us in terms of when the clients are scaling up through the levels. And there's also, we get a rebate from the broker in terms of volume traded. So that's a tiered structure, and the more volume that we trade on the live environment, the more rebate we get. So our business model isn't 100% reliant on sales, although sales is obviously a good portion of the revenue. If everybody stopped buying today, the traders that we have would still be able to trade, and the company would still be making revenue.
That's quite insightful, because if you see that you actually fund the accounts, it will be reassuring for traders to see that the firm is committed to long-term stability. And with the prevalence of scams nowadays, it's increasingly difficult for traders to determine which firms are trustworthy and which are not. So I see here that they can really see that the concept trading is one to be trusted, because you really have a clear plan behind everything. So
yeah, and the fact that we're regulated by the Australian Financial Services, so
exactly.
We have to maintain that license. We have to abide by certain rules and regulations and how we treat clients. So in terms of long-term stability and trustworthiness, I think that's kind of built into that. Yeah.
Wonderful. And considering that someone might be interested in joining the concept trading, could you please share us what qualifications or experience does a new trader need to join the concept trading?
They need to have some experience because it's real money. That I often deny people joining our programs because they have no experience or they don't know the trading platforms. I tell them it'd be a waste of their money and our money if they did join us. We don't have a set rule or guideline for what experienced people need to have. But it's something, if you're going to be joining a prop program, you obviously need to be know what you're doing, particularly with us because it's live. So preferably some experience with MetaTrader platforms and some trading experience, like at least 6 to 12 months of trading for yourself would be ideal.
Okay, that's great. And do you also have a platform where people can practice, like a demo trial or something, like if someone is
we don't. Our broker does. So you can simply go to the broker and get a demo account from them. It's the same sort of pricing that we trade on. And if you want to, you can fund a live account with the broker and trade that too. So we don't currently have that set up. It's something that we're looking at adding to our website, is the ability for people to trial our broker and their spreads. But at this stage, no, it's just if somebody wants to see our spreads, they need to go directly to the broker and open an account.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you. Because it's often an obstacle for traders to join a proprietary firm because they don't know what to expect. And could you walk us through the process a new trader would go through when joining the concept trading?
Yeah, so we've got 4 different models. Each model has 4 entry levels in terms of for varying budgets. Each model also varies slightly in what the allowed drawdown is and what the scaling target is. And they also vary slightly in terms of how much they scale. So once you've made the decision of which model that you want and which trading platform you want, then it's a simple matter of going to the checkout and purchasing, and then you will be emailed your login credentials. You can go to the dashboard and download the trading platform, enter your login credentials and start trading. It's really that simple.
Okay, that sounds great for if you have experience in trading already. It's not that hard to start with, not that difficult to start with concept trading. Can you elaborate a little bit more about the 4 models? Because what is really the difference between the 4?
Okay, so we have the traditional model, which is, I guess, the cheapest model that we start with, and that starts at $110. And you start with a trading capital of $1,000. So it's around 10 times your purchase price as to what the capital is in the account. And it has a drawdown of 4% and a target of 6% for scaling. So every time you hit 6%, we will issue a new account. We'll close that account, issue a new account, and you can then lodge an invoice for profit share. Because we're trading live funds, in terms of dealing with our compliance and the regulators, we require everybody to become a contractor, a subcontractor of ours, and therefore they lodge invoices. So every 6% that you make, you get to lodge an invoice and receive a payout. So that's the traditional model. The other model the next one up is the premium model, slightly more expensive, but obviously more capital as well. It has a 5% drawdown and a 10% scaling target. And the scaling is more aggressive than the traditional. So you get to larger capital faster. Then the Empire model is, again, it's pretty aggressive scaling, but it has a 10% draw and 10% target as well. And then the Extreme has lower leverage. So the Extreme is for those slow traders, swing traders who are looking for the long-term small position size, because it's leveraged at 30 to 1, whereas all the others are at 200 to 1. But it only has a 3% drawdown allowed and a 6% target. In terms of capital, it is also the largest capital that we offer, and it's also the largest starting capital and the largest ratio of purchase fee to starting capital. So that's since we've launched that one, that's proven to be the most popular one at the moment.
Okay, yeah, I could understand that. It's always good for traders to maintain good risk management, because if they don't do that, yeah, that's the most important part of trading, in my opinion. Because if you don't have clear risk
100%,
management,
Marcus, the
you're
risk
yeah,
management you need to have.
yeah. Also, from my own experience, I know no risk management is it's over. So
Yeah.
it's clear. But thank you so much for your clear explanation, David. I believe joining the concept trading becomes less intimidating now for traders, because they know exactly what they can expect. As we all know, prop firms these days have various rules that traders must follow. What are the rules and regulations that traders at the concept trading must adhere to?
We only have one, and that's don't hit the drawdown. So there's no minimum trading days. If it takes you 6 months to hit the scaling target, then it takes you 6 months. If it takes you 6 days or 6 hours, then so be it. We really don't like having rules around our accounts. We want to have the optimum sort of environment for traders to be successful. We allow all copiers, all EAs, high frequency trading, any sort of strategy that you want to employ. If you're profitable, then that's the people that we want, right? Whether you're using automated trading or you're just doing discretionary trading, if you can be profitable, then that's the type of traders we're after. So we don't put any rules around it. Obviously, the broker has rules of their own. And we must adhere to those rules. What I'm talking about here is mostly in terms of the maximum lot size allowed on a single ticket. And other than that, there's literally nothing. It's very clean and simple. There's just don't hit the drawdown, and you'll be fine.
That's amazing. So you should be profitable, you should be consistent, and that's actually everything that matters.
Yeah.
If you are not consistent, then there's no place for you in the trading world, of course. So really thank you for that. It sounds really interesting. The only rule is not to hit the maximum drawdown limit. The concept trading sounds like an appealing choice for traders, in my opinion. So why should a trader choose to work with the concept trading? What are the key benefits?
Well, I think that those, as you just mentioned, those other key benefits is that we don't have the rules, right? That you're free to trade as you want, when you want, as often as you want, or as little as you want. And you'll be comforted in the knowledge that we're regulated. So we're always trying to improve the trading experience for our traders, whereby whether it's adding more tools, more trading platforms, or working with the broker to provide better spreads. We're always sort of championing for our traders' success, and we don't have any hidden rules to try and trip you up and not pay you out or try and make you fail. Literally, it's a win-win situation where if you can be consistently profitable, then you're winning and we're winning, and that's the kind of business that Thomas and I envisaged at the start, and I think we're pretty proud of what we've built.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for clarifying that. Traders now have a clear understanding of what to expect from the concept trading if they decide to join. It sounds very promising to me, which brings me to the next question. What are the major challenges that the concept trading currently faces, and what strategies do you have in place to overcome these challenges?
I think the biggest challenge for us is the bad name that prop trading is getting in the industry. All these challenge firms, the funded simulated firms, have really ruined the label prop trading. Prop trading has been around for decades and decades, but it's a recent phenomenon in the FX space. It's more predominant in stocks and futures. But I think that's the biggest challenge, is overcoming that, is the bad name that prop firms have been getting, and that sort of led towards my forex funds and and that debacle has kind of led towards MetaQuotes sort of cracking down on prop firms and not allowing those simulated environments to exist in MetaTrader. So that's the biggest challenge. And how to combat that is just trying to be as transparent as we can. I think MetaQuotes don't have an issue with us because we're trading live, because we're regulated. So MetaQuotes won't come knocking on us to shut us down. But yeah, I think it's just being transparent about how we do business, and that that we are regulated and are wanting the trader's success, and hopefully over time that the term prop trading will come back as a good thing rather than as a we don't know what's actually happening.
Yeah, great. I totally agree with you on that. I appreciate your response and the transparency, because there's a lot of competition nowadays in the prop firm industry, and sometimes it seems like there are 20 new prop firms popping up in a day. When you check social media and you see it all around, the new sales over here, and but it all not all prop firms are real, so that's really good for traders to keep in mind. So which one they can trust, and the concept trading really seems like a prop firm they can trust. I'm curious to learn about what really distinguishes the concept trading from its competition. What unique aspects set the concept trading apart from other trading prop firms?
I think the two biggest ones that set us apart from most prop firms is that we're regulated. And have to answer to the Australian Financial Services. I don't know of any other prop firm that has a financial license in their jurisdiction or any jurisdiction. So that's the key. I guess the key takeaway or the key thing that sets us apart from our competitors. The other thing is that whilst there are a lot of firms that do funding with live funds, I believe that we're the only ones that do it with integrity and also to the amount of capital that you can trade. So we have accounts that can trade up to $50 million of trading capital. And I don't know of any other firm that offers that. And I believe that's because of the way we've structured it and the way that it's, because it's live funded, we're able to do that and have that kind of capital available for traders.
Okay, excellent. So I believe every trader should consider the concept trading when you look at the regulation part and the fact that you don't have any rules except for the maximum drawdown limit. I want to move on to the next topic, because it's no secret that there have been a lot of proprietary firms shutting down recently, and I was wondering, what steps are you taking to ensure the concept trading longevity and future success?
Prop firms being shut down, that's either becoming a funding issue for them, whereby a trader's come along and made, I don't know, like $100,000 payout, and the prop firm hasn't made that kind of money to actually honour that payment, and so they've had to fold because they don't have obviously the capital to pay the clients out. So that's one major issue and why firms are being shut down or failing. The other issue is that regulators are becoming more and more focused on it, on prop firms, and the claims that these prop firms are making, such as they've paid out $50 million or whatever in client payments, which cannot be obviously verified. And I think the regulators are starting to crack down on that, and I welcome that because we're regulated. I don't like seeing people taken advantage of, and I don't like seeing those prop firms sort of take people's money effectively. It's almost like a Ponzi scheme whereby the payouts are born from people failing at the challenge level, and the money that they pay to do that challenge goes towards paying the people who passed the challenge and are on the funded stage. So in terms of MetaQuotes, as I said before, I think MetaQuotes, we were with a previous broker, and MetaQuotes told that broker to shut down all the simulated prop firms that broker was using or had on their on their books, but they didn't ask to shut us down. So that's why I said to you before, there's MetaQuotes. I believe MetaQuotes looks at us as because we're live trading and that we're regulated, that they don't see us as I guess, as a threat to people's obviously cash when we're not taking advantage of people's ignorance. So yeah, I think that's in terms of the future of the industry. I think that's the way it's going, is that it will become more regulated, and firms they'll always find a jurisdiction, I guess, where they can operate and not be under scrutiny of regulators. But you're seeing both in America and here in Australia that the financial services are becoming more interested in prop firms and focusing on how they actually operate and making sure that they do it above board.
Okay, thank you for the detailed answer. So this really shows to our audience that the concept trading is a serious long-term option. They shouldn't be worried about the future of the firm, in my opinion. The fact that prop firms have been looking unstable in the recent future, with a lot of them shutting down. Generally speaking, how do you see the future of the prop trading industry evolving?
I think those simulated firms should be more under a gambling license, and should be sort of marketing themselves in that vein, because I believe the regulators will be just like they did to CFDs back in 2002, 2010. CFDs exploded, and regulators became very interested in the amount of leverage that traders could trade on, and across Europe, and the CFDs were banned completely in America, and heavily regulated in Europe and Australia now, including the amount of leverage that a retail trader might be able to trade on. So I suspect that that's going to be happening in terms of the prop firms, is that the regulators will come in and say, you need to be financially licensed if you're offering a financial product, which in Australia you do. And so I would suggest that that will happen across Europe and the UK as well, with the FCA and European regulators also forcing prop firms to either become licensed or shut down.
Okay, wonderful. We've already reached the final one, and also my favorite question, actually. Given your background as a former trader, you have a unique insight into the life and mindset of traders, I guess. So I'm curious to know if you could give one piece of advice to funded traders in the prop trading industry, what would that be?
Trading successfully it's not an IQ game. It's more about building a strategy is simple enough. Trading successfully and consistently comes down to three things to me, and that's patience, discipline, and perseverance. And you need to be patient and disciplined in terms of knowing when to trade and when not to trade. Don't be trading on your mobile. You should be really looking at the market as a job and trying to make the most out of that job. And if you can do it consistently, then it can certainly supplement your income, if not replace your income. Particularly if you're using a prop firm like us, whereby you can get access to large capital. And if you're making 2 or 3% a month, 2 or 3% on $1 million is quite a good monthly income. So yeah, that would be my advice. And you can't teach patience, and you can't teach discipline, and you can't teach perseverance. But those are the three attributes to all the successful traders that I've come across during my career.
Okay, it's wonderful advice in my opinion. One more question regarding to losses. Do you have one piece of advice for people who lose and don't know how to handle losses? How to do it?
Yeah, you've got to take it like water off a duck's back. Right? Losses happen as a part of trading. You're never going to be 100% successful all the time. But my advice to those who do have losses is to not try and I say it all the time, is that they'll have a string of losses and then they'll increase their trade size to try and dig themselves out of the hole. And that's the worst mistake you can make. If you need to have a trading plan whereby if something like that happens, that the market gives you 3 or 4 losses in a row, that you start reducing your the amount of capital that you're risking on each trade, not increasing, until you start getting those winning trades coming back, and then you can increase. You need to earn the right for larger trading, and losses happen, but you don't take it personally. The market doesn't know who you are. It's just a part of the trading environment. And you need to earn the right for larger capital by being consistently profitable, and don't take the losses to heart. They happen.
Exactly. Thank you. Great advice. So that's already it. I believe that the concept trading is an appealing choice for traders. They really distinguish themselves in the industry. I'm curious, do you have one more thing you want to say to our audience?
Oh, look, come and try us out. Have a look at our website, and if you've got any questions, we're more than happy to help you out, or come and join us on our Discord. I'm not sure if you've got a discount code for these guys, but I can certainly provide that for you, Marcus. But yeah, I look forward to seeing traders come and join us and be successful with us, and we can all be happy and winning and making money together.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's it. Let's wrap it up. I want to thank you for your time, all the way from Australia. And lastly, I want to wish everyone a happy trading, and see you in the next one.
Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate it.
Thank you.